Curly Castro, podcast has no name, season 8, episode 3, The Long Night. We start off with Sam perusing the setup. You know, he really shouldn't be out there. He's kind of shaking in his boots, looking left and right like he's about to cross the street. Tyrion grabs some supplies, ale, and a side eye from Bran is gotten as he's on his way to the werewood tree. John and Danny, they take a position and wait patiently. Melisandre strolls up like she's Tyra Banks. We all believe in you! Like she got VIP access at Coachella with some lemon in or something. She did get it lit, so we ain't really mad. The Dothraki ride out to get it popping, which results in their race almost getting completely erased. Oh shit, these niggas came at them like a dead wave tsunami. There's zombies everywhere, but then, oops, dragon fire upside the head. Oops, dragon fire upside the head. All of our faves are waist deep in white. Arya sends Sansa to the crypt. She says use the pointy end. The Unsullied are showing how they boss, and you can't fuck with them. They're not to be fucked with. You all are up. Sorry. Melisandre comes in, and she gets lit for the second time, giving us a temporary reprieve. Theon's out back trying to reconnect with Bran, but Bran decides to pop a molly. Woo! I'm sweating. And locate the Night King. Pet Rock at it again. It's official. Winterfell has been overrun, and the Hound is dealing with major PTSD and fear of fire. Arya is kicking ass. We cut to Lyanna Mormont getting Kirkpatrick by a dead giant. She charges him to finish him off, dies a noble death with one to the eye. Rest in peace, little Ben. The horror and chaos can be heard all the way down in the crypts. We hear men begging for the door to be opened, but if you know Walking Dead, Pastor Gabriel, not letting you in, buddy. Wait, how did Melisandre get in there? No matter what, she reminds Arya that she's badass. What do we tell death? Not today, and she's off. Then he locates the Night King and lights that ass on fire. Dracarys. To no avail, though. He rocks the finest fire-resistant garments from Dapper Dan. Shout out. Now he's like, fuck it. I'm going to stroll through the gates with my squad. Back to life. Back to reality. Shout out to Belly. John is trying his hardest to make it through the crowd at the fire festival, which proves to be quite a task because, much like the aforementioned festival, everyone is almost dying around him. Viserys' ice dragon ass breaches the wall and is laying waste to the courtyard. Meanwhile, Bran is still tripping as the Night King walks through the club to have a few words with him at the bottom service section. Oh, Sam is crying. John screams at the ice dragon because he thinks that's how being a Targaryen works. Meanwhile, the Night King approaches Bran very slowly and then locks eyes as if they exchange glances. Supposed to tell us something. It doesn't. Pet Rock strikes again. No words because Arya comes through like Assassin's Creed meets Metal Gear Solid and saves the entire realm with a skillful ass, switching hands like Jordan in the 91 final. Bran doesn't say thank you because Melisandre decides that the job is done. She remembers she doesn't have melanin. The sun rises. She walks out into the snow, removing her necklace of youth and dies. I couldn't breathe. Thank God for Arya.
White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
I'm Ambush.
I am Castro.
And I'm Morg, and we are A Podcast Has No Name. And we don't have a song tonight. So today we will be going over Season 8, Episode 3, The Long Night.
There's only 3 episodes left!
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, Castro.
Back to life.
What?
Back to reality.
No.
So.
Forgot it.
That's the scene. That's the Night Walker scene. That's the White Walker scene when they walking in. You know,
that's the theme song?
Oh, from Belly, like at the end, the walk
Back
in.
to life.
Gotcha.
When they get reanimated.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's funny.
That's how they walked into the God's Wood. They did.
Right.
Yeah, they did.
They got the eyes and everything. Feeling in the end, yeah.
I'm in love with this rendition.
I'm going down. However do you want it.
This is pretty unrecognizable. I'm hopeful.
However you want it. However do you need it. However you want it. However do you need it.
The high notes are killing me. They're the most beautiful thing I've heard. The most beautiful thing I've heard in the last 48 hours. Oh, my God. He really committed. Oh, God.
I have my arm stretched out like Whitney and everything.
And I
That's
fully
what that
believe
scene
that that's
is.
true.
When they walked into the Castwood, that was Nas and DMX. Walking in, what's going on? Yeah.
Castro said,
All
y'all
right.
gonna get these high notes. Y'all going
Oh,
Man.
my background. However, you heard that?
Yes, I did. I
Went to that
definitely
register. Went to that register. All right, Danny, you ain't never sing. All right, Danny. Shit.
So Pete, though,
Look, I don't know how you feel, but there's a lot
listen.
of dick swinging going on in the show with these outfits between Cersei, Sansa, and Danny.
Listen.
A lot of dick swinging.
It's a lot of big dicks out here right now.
I wanted to point on that because Cersei got this red number she wearing next week. My lord.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But remember when Danny hit us last season with her winter white, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
It started with Sansa's rape. I'm sorry, but getting rape white. So when she started wearing the getting rape white, that didn't happen. That's when I think all that. Because remember,
is that the way it has to be referenced, though?
Because he ripped it, and it's the getting rape white. Remember, Bran said,
that's what he said. Okay.
Because I'm insensitive. So
okay, we'll move forward.
Right, but remember, Catelyn would always wear an assortment of rags. Catelyn was never one to dress up.
She was never
and Cersei was obsessed with
I wouldn't call them rags, but
Catelyn wasn't out here like Sansa though. Like
Sansa wasn't dressing like Sansa. Y'all got to remember.
It's true.
Nobody was doing this yet, except for Cersei.
That's what I'm saying.
But they were both ladies of Winterfell. They were both ladies of Winterfell. You know what I'm saying?
No, Sansa, but no, excuse me. Cersei was obsessed with the Lannister colors for a long time. She would just wear the red and stuff until she got all humbled out and they cut her hair. She stopped that shit right after that. There's been a big
anyway. I just wanted to make clear that Danny was giving us all the fashions last season, and this season, not so much. Completely overshadowed by everything Sansa wears.
Yeah. Sansa killing the game.
I didn't know that was the full point. Danny was getting
Sansa
overshown.
Game, dog.
Oh yeah, she's killing the game. Like when they're in scenes together, it's like, oh, did you even put clothes on? Did you try?
Yeah, it turns Danny to from Snow White to dingy white.
Yeah.
She definitely looks a little more dingy.
Yeah.
All right, you need to put them collars and put those wrists.
Listen,
exactly.
Danny's like she's one season from looking like a Greyjoy out there. Like hello.
Okay, we're gonna get back on track and get to our actual agenda here.
Okay,
because
got that wildling gray going. Look at my wildling gray with my Kanye stress all in it.
I was about to say the Yeezy. You know the Yeezys. Yeezy season. All the wildling shit.
All the wildling. Yeezy season. Look out here.
So this is what I was going to say.
That's real.
Going off the only 3 episodes left, it really hit me yesterday after the episode. Morgan and I were discussing it, and it was like, wait, we're halfway through. Oh my God, we're halfway through the season.
Yep.
We're halfway through the season.
I had a similar moment last season. How many episodes we had last season? Only 7, right?
7, yeah.
And I just remember the jump like, oh, it's a little quicker. 10, 5, you know what I mean? But also, Game of Thrones got the penultimate episode and then the epilogue. So when they started throwing these wrenches at us these last 2 seasons, it's definitely like tangible. Like we could definitely feel like, oh, we're not used to this ending like this or this early. So it's something you could definitely feel. Like I know I'm being paranoid about the 3 episodes left, but 3 episodes left, especially after this 86-minute episode. This is the longest episode of Game of Thrones ever. I think there might be another longer one than these last 3, but this one so far is like, our little show is being put to bed. And that's another thing that I feel like this White Walker conflict, like people might be mad that this ended in the middle of the season, but I think on hindsight we'll be so much happier. I don't think I would have wanted this to be episode 6.
To be the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Then Melisandre and then the sun comes up. I think that's kind of corny.
It would have been,
the feeling I got after this episode. The feeling I got, the first feeling was, let's go get that bitch. Get that. Excuse me, ladies, but it was coursing through my veins after because the relief, y'all don't understand the relief. Oh,
okay, hold on.
Lord.
We're jumping ahead.
Yeah,
so let's
Yeah, but I just
let's just do this.
Get that bitch.
Okay.
Okay.
We gotta get her, y'all.
From the root and
I'm
stem.
bringing it.
Yes.
Okay. From root to stem,
Root and
indeed.
stem, yes.
With three Dothraki because everybody there. Sorry. Okay.
They don't have. They have 3 Dothraki.
Yeah, there was those 3 that ran back very well could be dead by now.
We definitely. I wanted to bring it up. I was going to put a little earmark on it, put a little stamp. We definitely have to talk about houses that were extinguished during this conversation.
Indeed,
because that actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now our watch has ended. Overall thoughts and reactions for the episode. I'm gonna go with Ambush first because we just got a tiny bit from you, Castro. Ambush.
Okay. Mixed emotions. This was the first episode that I walked away from it with immediate feeling of dissatisfaction. And it struck me hard because I don't ever remember feeling like that about any episode. And for so many big things to have happened, and as long as we waited for this specific battle, for me to come away from this episode dissatisfied, yeah, man. But the more I reflect on it, there were many great points in the episode. The episode overall, excellent. Great stuff happened. But I was taken down a notch. Yeah.
Okay. Castro.
Okay. I totally disagree in terms of being disappointed. We're gonna get into it, but I can see there definitely was some plot holes and some things not done very well in this episode. One of the main things was the lighting, and I actually read a full-on story about the quality, like they shot it in the way it's translated through OLED or LCD TVs and everything. But I'm getting away from the main point. My first reaction, was the sweet relief of a Pyrrhic victory snatched from the hot mouth of defeat. Because there was I mean, let's shout out to Avengers. This was decimation.
Oh yeah.
And it did and Deuce Ace knocking us be damned. It didn't really seem like anybody was going to be able to do anything. It got real bleak, and so just to get that relief, I was just like, oh, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I don't care. I was in the moment, so I didn't care if it worked out. I didn't care if I wanted it to be this person or that or this thing or that. I was just happy that somebody did something, and I was just relieved. Like my dogs were going crazy. I was screaming at the TV, so just a big sense of relief. I was just clutching myself. Really, it was really emotional for me because we were looking real deep. So yeah.
So my immediate reaction was somewhat of Am's of just kind of feeling disappointed. And my level of disappointment was not that the battle happened, that it happened in the 3rd episode, that they weren't the official last thing that they fight. It was the battle was too long for me, which became boring. And I do understand all of the things they did to make it so that it wouldn't be monotonous, but it didn't work for me. And it definitely worked for lots of people. I think I'm likely in the minority for not caring as much about this big, huge, epic 80-minute long battle. But for me, battle scenes are only good for as long as they're good. And how many different ways can I see everybody getting pig-piled and then somehow miraculously you make it out? Like, how many times can I see that without it being completely redundant? And a lot of that battle felt redundant for me. Like, oh no, Brienne, there's 80 million around you again. Oh, you fought them all off. Okay. Oh no, it's like.
Well, no, let me ask you: is this a byproduct of watching their battles throughout this series, or a byproduct of the battles through this series added with the Lord of the Ring battles, like big melee battles that we've seen? Did this episode come at a time where it's like, okay, I've seen this such so many times. So making a longer episode version of this is not so impressive to me because
it's possibly that. It's possibly that. It's also for me. I don't know all the way how to articulate this yet, so I'm sorry if I become redundant. But I need something to stay engaged. Like those scenes move so fast. There's so much happening directly in front of you. A lot of like this had tens of whites in one little frame, so it looks like hundreds, right? And you're like, okay, where are you gonna go? Like the sword swinging, just hacking away at shit, just like.
So was the realism or the consistency? Because there's the thing I want to ask. Well, there's realism and there's consistency. So it seems like one set of rules for the the white army on the side of the castle. Once they get inside, the rules kind of start.
Well, so my problem from the beginning was this entire number one, your plan was never going to work. Number two, Danny abandoned the plan. Right. And number three,
we agree. Yes. I mean, but the dog and three.
Danny said, "What plan?"
I hear you. Too late, fam. Too late. Yeah. You're too late. Anyway, three. When the wave of White Walkers from the very beginning of whites, the wave of them come.
Yeah.
That's insurmountable. So for me, I want to be able to just fully immerse myself in these worlds where it's like no rules, none of my human shit. But then I'm looking at I look at the magic, I look at the magical people, I look at the regular people. And if regular people are making it out of this alive, it don't make no fucking sense, right? And then regular people with one hand making it out alive don't make no fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like, some of this just doesn't work, especially when I keep seeing the same scene of you being completely surrounded and you're just hacking, just throwing a sword at things.
Sam shouldn't have made it out. That's
Sam,
an example. There's no way
Sam
he should have made it out. There's no way. He was on his back.
No, but here's my Sam explanation. He was on his back, but he was laying on dead people, just stabbing every next to him. Now, mind you, these things come at you. Now, here's the thing where this is where it works, and I can play a little advocate. These things aren't so obsessed with just biting and gnawing at you. They also like use weaponry and stuff, but they're also like just manic. So they're swinging. I can see where they run into your parries. You're just swinging your sword. They're running into it. And also, let's also not forget there's one big thing that we're placing on these creatures that we can't be absent-minded of. They're actually specifically controlled. Like the Night King is sending them specifically to do certain things, and we'll get into that
for sure.
A little, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just mindless zombies running up like they're waiting; they're getting instructed. So he might be telling them, "I want y'all to raid this way," because remember they stop. They come to a dead stop when he wants them to, and that happened 3 times in this battle. Where they just
it feels like. Castro, it feels like to me that those rules are interchangeable just to serve whatever plot it's serving at the moment, though. So it's hard to just be like, oh yeah, definitely, that's what it is. Like they make a point to show us him controlling them when he's controlling them, right?
Right.
Like they make a very big point to show us that he does that. So either they show us that all the time, or I guess we're supposed to imagine that he controls every single move that they make. But I think that's unrealistic. I think
I think
you know what I mean. They go out there and they run and they just do the weird shit.
Well, I think it's a hard middle ground because so you either have, and I have this type of battle. Sometimes I have issues with the 2 towers in Lord of the Rings. I had an issue with it. They were coming down this steep hill, and it just seemed like all you had to do was kind of run over the orcs with your horses or whatever they have you. And they were defeated. And then there's the other understanding of this thing, the Matrix 2 with the Burly Brawl, where he's so skilled, he's kind of able to fight all of them at once. But there's just too many where literally you're going to be, covered in.
You're going to be overpowered.
Right. So
that's my point.
There's another scene, and I just want to bring up all these scenes. And there's another scene in Hellboy 2. The Golden Army, where the 2 fairies are flying at them, and these are things that really go at your teeth and eat you. And they're swarming some people, but other people are able to shoot them with a gun. And these are literally like little fly fairy things flying around your face. So yes, I think stories take their own liberties with how they want to apply these rules. They're a little loose. I think the rules got out of hand more when they breached and got inside the castle. That's when I feel like the rules were being a lot of muted to continue the story for and also a lot of plot armor used. So I don't want to harp on it, but let's just say they just used all the plot armor they had. I think maybe the next battle will be a little more realistic because there'll be a little less magic. If you get what I'm saying, it'll be more, mano a mano. Or I think this will be a little more naval because I think we see ships and stuff like that. So we'll see. I don't want to be long-winded with the first point, but I think I'm with you on that one. They definitely started loosening up the rules, but I think it was definitely like a story. When I watched the behind the scenes with them, they wanted to give this hopeless narrative. Like they were definitely kept pushing towards the hopelessness of it. Give you a little hope, take it away.
Right.
We got two dragons. Oh, but we got a whirlwind. What else? You know what I'm saying? Like just the two.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. The hopelessness. Okay. My thing is, the things that shouldn't have been long and drawn out were, and the things that should have had time and space there didn't even get talked about. So that was my problem with the episode. In hindsight, I've been thinking about it all day, talking about it all day. There are so many dope things that happened and so many pieces that were great throughout the episode. So in no way will I say that this is a bad episode. It just, for me, I wasn't super hype about all of the hype surrounding how epic this battle would be anyway. Like 80 minutes of straight battle. I wouldn't want to watch 80 minutes of Hard Home. I wouldn't want to watch 80 minutes of Battle of the Bastards.
It's just not your jam. That ain't your jam.
It's just not my jam.
Well,
right. So
they also said they tried to break it into 3 parts. And I think it's also how you're satisfied for these parts. So the first part was the tension building, which some people I know are hot and cold on. The quietness, Sam running around, he's very much
I'm here for that.
Attention. And the second part was the horror part. Arya getting chased all up and down.
Right.
And then the third part was the action. So maybe if they reorganize some of those parts, because they were trying, like Am said, they were trying to make it not monotonous.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they were trying to make it,
and I think that worked for a lot of people, and it definitely did not work for me.
So Castro, one of the reasons that didn't work, because we also had a discussion too, how they broke up the scenes, between the individual fights, Arya being on the inside, going down to the crypts and coming back outside. The reason I think, one of the reasons I think it didn't work is because every time we came back outside, you were coming back to the exact same action. There wasn't, I think if they'd spent less time showing us everyone just hacking away every single time they cut back to the courtyard, and gave us like very significant parts of the battle. So we go into the crypts, we come back outside, Melisandre's lighting the trench. We go into the crypts, we come back outside, and the Night King gets knocked off his dragon. We go to Arya, we come back outside, and Little Bear gets killed. Instead, what we were getting those significant things happening in the battle, but it was still buffered by the exact same actions every single time of someone being completely surrounded and hopeless, and then up and they've made it out again. Because honestly, just with that going on, it made the amount of survivors for me completely unrealistic. We didn't lose enough main characters. Okay. Like, because that's...
No, not for what that battle was. Not for as much as they showed us that this dude didn't come to play and he got all the shit and look, oop, you forgot he be reanimating. Like, all of that.
I mean, there was a lot of plot armor, but I will have to say, there's a big loss. Like, I think there's some irony going on with the previews. Oh, we're gonna fight this last war and all that shit. They got like 6 people left.
Right.
All right, and I remember how depleted Jon and them were after let's just say the battle at the wall with the wildlings and shit. And so Stannis came. Like, like there's not a lot of them left. Like I said, we are going to talk about the houses extinguished, and that was a real thing. So okay, let's continue.
Olenna's revenge Castro, what do you think will come back and bite someone this episode?
Exactly what I just mentioned. The near extermination of Dany's forces does not bode well for the war to soon come.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got Cersei with her tactics, whatever we want to call them. She got fresh men sitting there chilling. No PTSD from fighting the dead. No seeing their friends being reanimated. No, think about this. No, think about.
No,
it.
you're right.
Funny,
you're right.
No blurring of what was at the focus. Cersei ain't even care about that shit. So these people are not even thinking twice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's moral to maybe we should have let a section of the whites go attack the castle type shit before we killed all of them. But there was really no way to do that type thing. I mean, it's be interesting to see. They show some previews that show like dragons are fine, ghosts is fine, all that shit. They were rebuilding in the courtyard, so maybe it's better off. You remember the retreat? And I don't know if you noticed it. Retreat was highly successful.
The retreat was definitely highly successful.
They had it set up where you could run behind them, and you saw the Sully backing up one line by time. So a lot of people got indoors. Now they did get breached, and there weren't that many people in the crypt. I think let's just give them the middle ground. There's a lot more people left over than we think. I guess that's the only thing I can say. But that's what I think will come back and bite.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna. My thing is Dany's pride and her ego continue to bite her in the ass. Mm-hmm. She completely abandoned the fucking plan in the moment of seeing the Dothraki get disseminated. Here's the thing. You can't change what just happened. You watched all those lights go out. You can't make it. Your dragon doesn't rewind time. So jumping up and jumping bad in that moment was the worst fucking move for her and everyone, not just her. But it's like that continued. I need you to be a better leader. I need you to make smarter decisions. And it's not that these are just like emotional decisions and she's a girl, so she makes them. No, this is just, she is so focused on this one particular thing, and these are the people that are helping her do it, that loyalty to them that she feels from them and she has for them is just outweighing what it should.
Right.
And she had no business breaking the plan in something that was this big. The stakes were too astronomical for her to be like, oh, fuck that. Y'all kill my cousin? Like, you had no business.
Right.
Reel it in. No drive-bys.
Piggybacking off of that, her devotion to the Dothraki and straying from the plan put the other people that are devoted to her at risk, the Unsullied. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are your people too.
Yeah.
These are, hands down, your people. So now you've watched the Dothraki be extinguished. There's nothing you can do about it. Instead of staying where you're supposed to be to light that trench for the Unsullied, and that part of the phase, that part of the plan, you just go off script. Boom. As far as what do I think will come back to bite someone this episode, I'm still on Tyrion. I really feel like he's not in the proper headspace. Like, I feel like, one, his reluctance to go down, sure, in the crypt, sure. Once he was down there, just the way he was talking in front of everyone about what they should do and maybe we should, dude, fall back. You are in a leadership position and you're showing all of your weakness right now in front of someone like Varys. Like, he's bugging. Tyrion is.
That's interesting. I didn't take that as weakness. I didn't take him being like, I took that as him feeling useless and wanting to be in a position to help, not I'm weak because I'm down here. You know what I mean?
Okay. So the reason
I definitely. Oh, go ahead. So
the reason I viewed it as weakness is because I think part of the reason why he was so mouthy is because he was drinking. Like, you're tripping. You're tripping. You're having conversations in front of people that you shouldn't even be having. Like, period. So to me, that was that was a chink in the armor. That was a moment of weakness. But then on top of that,
I don't know what's the conversation shouldn't have.
Him speaking and him saying that they should be up there, and basically he's speaking in opposition to orders he was given by the person he's supposed to be following. So it's like you're down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you've been given strict instructions, and now you're down amongst everyone else that's at your level or below your level, and you're talking shit. Dog, nah, you know.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't take it as talking shit. I took it as him feeling useless and not wanting to just sit around drunk when there's all this shit happening.
And then when all the shit happens,
he can be helpful.
And then when all the shit happens, what does he do? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now they're busting out the crypt. What are you doing now? You wanted to do all
I'm
this
just talking
shit.
about the psychology of it.
Yeah,
like why someone would be like, man, maybe I should be up there. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not saying his actions matched it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that made tons of sense to me. That doesn't seem like a weakness at all.
Yeah, that mindset for me, I feel like is something he needs to quickly abandon, or it's going to bite him. It's gonna continue to be an issue moving forward. Like, yeah. I mean, the fact that but Dany was having the trust issue she's having with him, and then for him to be down in the crypts, you know, bitching and moaning about the decision that she made, I just don't think it was a good look. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it for me.
Pie sells bitch ass. What do you think will come back? Oh, I'm sorry. Some gripes, grievances, issues one had with the episode. Castro, if you'd be so kind.
I have in my notes the return of Brother Darkness. Episode's way too dark. I understand they wanted to. It just was like you were missing certain. So like it was one thing. It was dark. So I was dealing with that, right? Then you bring that damn whirlwind in, which strategically is great for the Night King and all that. But now I can't see shit. Then you go in the castle, and then we're kind of lit up by the fires and the trenches and stuff. But that's all that's backlight. But you got, like I was saying, so you got a swarm of zombies in front of you. The whites, backlight, red, and I just see swinging and hacking. So very hard to kind of make out. I thought they would have done a little better job. And you know what? To me, I wasn't as concerned with y'all about. I thought the dragon fight was very cloudy and weirdly hazy, and like they were flying in San Francisco in the morning. Like why? You know, it was like
yes, agreed.
You know, and then I also have fucking Bran. What did he do? Tell me. I can't hear anybody else tell me what the fuck he did. Tell me what he did. Tell me what he did this episode. What did you do, homie? You went into the Ravens for what?
I have to go now.
I have to go now.
What'd he do?
I'm gonna go now. That's what he said. I'm gonna go now.
He did nothing. He found the Night King, and then immediately Dany and Jon were fighting him. And the Night King had that whole thing under control because he's making them bump into each other and shit.
Right.
So, like, what did he do? Like, if Arya didn't come through at the end, I swore Bran was going to do something. I'm going to give y'all something. I thought Bran would at least ward in some Viserion and just let off one blue fire burst into the Godswood to burn up the lieutenants. I thought that because I thought showing the Night King impervious to dragon fire, maybe you use that fire that he's converted Viserion into the night dragon fire, if you will.
Sure.
And I didn't even think that would take out the Night King. I thought he would just make a burst, like Jon would look at it and duck, because Jon was running towards the Godswood. And I thought that burst of fire would come through and at least kill the lieutenants, because like we say, the Night King can stop the battle when he wants, as he's making his entrance, which he did. So I thought that was a straight shot. And nothing happened. Or I thought he would just stay warped out for the entirety of the thing. Or I thought he would upload his consciousness into the tree, because that's one of the main werewolf trees that's still even around. And he did nothing. All jokes aside, what did he do? Somebody help me.
Right.
No, this is also my gripe. I can't help.
Yeah.
Was he giving coordinates? Like, all right, Night King's over
Yeah, but
here.
to who?
Like,
Who caught him? Who'd he give him to?
Right.
Because the Night King was definitely on offense.
Right.
There was no
moving
there was
changeable.
Man, like
you want to talk about our plan with shit? The Night King had a great plan.
Indeed. And he executed it.
Had a plan. All right, it was almost down to the wire. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. But, oh my God.
You didn't interrupt. That one was yours. That's also my one of my big huge gripes of this episode. Ambush.
So to talk about the lighting, I think, and they did miss the mark because a lot of people complain about it. I think they were very purposeful with the lighting and trying. Okay, so think about some of these video games like Resident Evil and some of the games where there's purposely
the scary
spotlight. They give you the option, right?
Yes.
They give you the option to change the contrast and make it brighter, but for the most part, the games are made really, really dark, so you can't see what's coming at you. And I think with them attempting to add horror into this episode, they wanted to create these dark spaces where things were jumping out. The problem is the pace didn't match that. Everything was moving too fast. And you're trying to focus on what's happening, but you can't focus because these are dark scenes. So it was like if you're gonna make it dark, then the slow scenes, like with Arya in the library, that works. That's traditional horror. Everything's a slower pace, so you're peeking around a corner and all of that, and you have time to focus. But everything moving so fast and things being dark, that combination just didn't work for a lot of people. Things that irked me about this episode, I'm gonna save my best one for last. Ghost. I was irked by what seemed like Jon realizing he's Targaryen and completely abandoning Ghost for Rhaegar. Completely. Before all of this,
wait.
Go ahead.
Let me interject.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a matter of the Rhaegar thing being new and needing more poignant focus with the aerial attacks. And Ghost knows what to do. Ghost's been knew what to do, and Ghost has been kind of on his own way longer than any dragon or any other direwolves. Remember, Jon left Ghost on the other side of the wall for a minute.
True.
Ghost came back by himself.
True.
Ghost knows more. Like Ghost knew where Shaggy Dog and all them were because he was rolling with them. Then came back. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think Ghost is okay on the solo tip. I know we want to see Jon and Ghost duo, but have we ever? We saw Rob and his direwolf working in tandem. Mm-hmm. Ghost has always been to me like, I guess you would say on autopilot. After a certain season, it seemed like Ghost
like Nymeria. Yeah.
Right, could just roll by himself. He knows what to do. He's in the battle. He's not necessarily keen on I'm gonna fly in from anywhere to protect Jon, because he's not always with Jon, or in his vicinity. I get what you're saying though, Am, in terms of the trading off animals, but I think there has to be some special effects payoff with Ghost. Otherwise, they would have killed him either in this battle. They would have said he was lost beyond the wall. Like there was plenty of moments to drop him off. So to keep him around, maybe he'll be the one that bites off Cersei's neck.
Maybe that would be a great payoff. That would be a great payoff.
That'd be cool.
My other issue, my major issue with this episode was the Night King. I'm okay with him dying. Yeah, I'll explain. I'm okay with him dying.
Okay.
I'm okay with how he died because we were all rooting for Arya to do it. My issue with this episode, it seemed like they treated this episode like we're going to give you all of the Night King you can stand, all the Night King you can muster. We're going to show you from the left. We're going to show him from the right. We're going to show him in this lighting. We're going to show you his sword. We're going to show you his outfit. We're going to all of it. It was overexposure to no point. There was a scene near the end when they cut back and forth between him and Bran like 4 times with nothing happening. Nothing happening.
But that's more Bran than the Night King.
No.
I got more personality in his smirks than this motherfucking pet rock.
I get that, but what I'm saying is from a direction standpoint, what are we doing? They did the same thing with Jon when he was flying over the generals. They cut back and forth like, okay, we see that he sees them, they see him. He sees them again, they see him. And then a storm. What are we doing?
He was about to make a run at them.
No, I got that.
Yeah,
I got
he
that.
needed to make the run is what Am is saying.
Right.
Like,
he got cut off by the Night King.
No, but you gave us too much time. Castro, what they did was they gave too many long looks, which then gives the viewer, you have time, bro. You've been staring at him. Blow the fire.
Okay.
Dracarys.
Okay.
Right.
And instead, we're looking long. Oh, look, now there's a fucking mountain on its way to avalanche on top of you.
Right. And then going back to, like, it's funny that everyone compared their walk into the Godswood to the entrance in Belly, because it was that slow. It was that drawn out. It ended up being
had a crowd,
right,
whites,
right, and it ended up being, absolutely pointless. It ended up being absolutely pointless. So it was like, what, like, they, again, on top of all of that.
Well, the stare down wasn't pointless.
No, I'm not saying the stare down was. I'm saying the pace, the pace of all of that was pointless.
Guys,
the reason it was going down at that pace is because the Night King's plan was actually really working to fruition. Even him falling off his dragon. So this is one thing I found out with one review that put a little better spin on the battle for me. The Night King was learning. This is your thing, Am. Mm-hmm. The lieutenant sat back, as we see with many war movies. All the grunts went in, it got murked or whatever. Lieutenant sat back. They know that they had time to prepare. They know they probably had more Valyrian steel than they did the last time they met them. They might not have known about the Dragon Glass, but the Night King is a triple agent because he's been looking through Bran the whole time.
All right, one sec.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
One sec, Castro. What you described is literally what they do every single time. With that strategy you just described, yes, that's what they do every single time. The generals stay back, the whites go forward and make mayhem, and the Night's King, when he feels like it, will make a major move. This is the same thing every single time.
This is hard home.
Yeah, so to get this over and over again, and then my big issue was I need the motivation story. There was time for that. If you're going to give me this back and forth stare down between the two of them,
no, but you get that with look, you're going to have plenty of that with the prequel. The prequel is supposed to be the last one.
Okay, so let me Castro, let me address that real quick. Let me address that real quick. So I was online talking about this last night, and K-Mass was saying, his motivation is revealed in the books more, and there's some wiki pages that break down his motivation. Here's the thing. The writers and directors of this show have given us content. I don't want to have to search anywhere else to understand the motivation of the characters that you have taken liberty with. Give me a sec. They've made it a point that when every little tiny thing that we didn't notice the first time, when we watch these episodes a second time, they're revealed to have a greater meaning. In this, there is just too much time wasted with the Night King and White Walkers that I feel didn't get paid off properly. And unless in this next episode we're going to get some explanation as to where Bran went, or somehow, some way, some scene that won't make sense, we're going to get a backstory. I just don't see it moving. I don't see the reward for us waiting for the Night King.
I don't think they need to give us no explanation because this is I think this is where the fan service come in the long time supporters like us.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally the first force we encountered that was abnormal in this show.
Right,
was the White Walkers. First episode 1, season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And for it to come to fruition at the end, where it's still another fourth member. For the longest, we thought it was just a force, right? And then me personally, felt some relief when Bran explained it the way he did. I was like, okay, I don't need, because again, the thing about the Night King having purpose is, one, we were confusing him. We were confusing the Night King with the Night's King.
Right.
It used to be the Lord Commander, and so there was all that history. history.
What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with?
And this is the divergent stuff.
What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that you were okay with? What's the explanation that Bran gave that
when he said that the Night King wants to erase our memory and have an eternal long night, because that's what the children of the forest created him for in the first place before they stunted him and betrayed him.
Okay.
We create you, but you're doing too much.
Okay.
So now
So
we're
why-
going to stop.
So why did we
So
have to
why
wait 8
did-
seasons for that? Why didn't he do that in the
Oh,
first
well,
season?
I think because this is where your point comes in here. The Night King was not no dumbass Jack Frost
No.
winter.
He's been around for
god
thousands of years. This is
and
dumb.
been planning this for
Right.
probably-
This is
no,
dumb. You see what
planning
I'm
for
saying?
even
This
longer.
is dumb.
You need it. No.
Like-
You need the dragons to come back. No, listen. What is necessary in this land for magic to thrive?
The dragons.
The dragons. Right.
The
Yes.
dragons.
Yes.
The dragons.
Mhm.
Literally
Why-
had to wait for the creation cycle, like humans. If we get exterminated and how we get come back on this planet, literally had to wait for the extinction cycle for dragons to come back around.
I'll give you all of that, Castro. I'll give you all of that. All of it. If it's just a matter of we are here, we are death, and we want to eradicate all mankind, right? Erase the
Yes.
history of men.
Well, no, when you put the history of men into it,
Mhm.
and going back to why they were created in the first place, I'm all good. I'm all green lights go. So like, I
Okay.
needed.
No, wait, Castro, wait,
Castro.
Castro.
Wait,
Go ahead.
wait.
Okay, yeah.
So if that's true, why does the Night King have to kill Bran? Shouldn't Bran just be able to be killed?
Bran was the first stupid ass three-eyed raven. Literally, think about it. By himself to get marked.
Sure.
All
What
these
does that?
things have to.
So
I'm gonna get through it.
Oh,
So
you're
all
saying
these
because
things
he
have
was
to
marked,
happen.
he was able to be trapped.
Yeah, all these things have to happen. The wall coming down, getting a dragon, using a dragon to bring down the
But
wall.
wait,
Bran,
Castro.
your dumbass. Yeah, go ahead.
When Bran became the three-eyed raven and Blood Raven was killed, the Night King was there and Bran was 30 feet away from him. You have
no,
to
the Night King killed Blood Raven.
Right, that's what I'm
Correct.
saying. So this is what I'm saying, Castro. Things like that seem very purposeful. When the Night King stands there and allows them to get away, all that seems very purposeful. So you can't at the end, it's just death and that's over with. He could have been killed Bran. He could have flew over the guy. He could have flew over the werewood tree with his dragon and took Bran out immediately. So you have to explain to me why you needed the assembly of generals and you had to walk in like Belly. You can't make all this pomp and circumstance and say he just needed to kill Bran. Nah, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make
He
sense.
needed to wait.
Wait.
Wait, stop. He needed to wait until Bran was worthy of killing.
Okay, no.
The other three-eyed raven was way more
No,
powerful and knew how to keep his distance. No.
What do
He
you
knew how to
mean?
keep his distance because where we're tree with a three-eyed raven, the first one, Blood Raven was living, was on the other side of the wall. So if we want to go there, he only had with the children of the forest kind of protecting him. The Night King could have been assaulting him multiple times and eventually broke them through. Remember, there was magic around
But
there. Let me finish.
Uh-huh.
The mark on Bran is the final domino. I don't care if it took 2,000 years to hit.
Right.
Bran having the mark broke the magic spell around that last werewood tree where the original three-eyed raven was before he gets the download to Bran. Then Bran becoming a three-eyed raven who's less experienced, he allows himself to get marked. The mark leads the Night King over through the wall once he gets a dragon because Danny and them are irresponsible.
but Castro. Once
Yeah.
Bran,
But he showed up to hard home with chains. Like he knew that shit was gonna happen.
right. Once
Yes,
Bran got marked, Castro, explain to me. They're north of the wall. Bran is marked, which means the Night King now knows wherever he is. How the fuck did he make it back to the wall, Castro? He was allowed.
Bran?
Yes, the Night King had to allow that to happen. So you have to explain
because at that point the wall was still up and the magic.
But
on
he
the wall
didn't
would
need to.
prevent the Night
If the
King.
point is to kill Bran, you don't need to. You don't need to worry about the wall.
Yes,
You guys, please stop talking over each other.
Okay.
Castro, you have to listen all the way through first, and we all have to do this. But in this particular instance, what Am just said is, before Bran got back on the other side of the wall, he should have been just killed then by the Night King because what was stopping him?
He was already marked.
I got that part. It's a TV show.
The what?
It's a TV show. It's a TV show. The most obvious, less dramatic way is not going to be done. We said that. We said that a couple of episodes back when there's certain things done. We're like, it's kind of TV. And it is a little bit. So my thing is, this is where I was at, y'all.
Yeah, this is not supposed to be TV. It's supposed to be HBO.
I get that, but also, that's a good point. Good point. But I allow myself to get swept in the moment. And allowing the Night King to have a simpler motivation allows me to get swept in the moment. These conversations we have allow me to break it all down. You know, but again, the big divergence, y'all, is George R.R. Martin writes a certain way, and TV writers can't. So they got a hold of the material absent of him. All of these things that probably, George even said it. He said he writes himself into a soft corner, so he writes himself out of it. So like stuff that we want to happen, like the culmination, he hasn't even thought of because he hasn't sat down to write it.
I totally understand that. We're just. This is my thing with this conversation. I'm not looking at certain things for the book to answer something that the book isn't going to answer.
Right.
The show has taken it a certain direction that that book readers have said that's not the direction this was going to go. Right. Like I think you have said that. I think we all know that that's true in some instances. Right.
Like even Arya killing the Night King might probably not happen in the book.
Sure, maybe not. Like, but the point is that we can't stick to, like, we've now moved out of the books all the way, right? So I can't go to the book, and I think this was what Ann was trying to say. I can't go to the book and I can't go to the wiki for something that isn't there. The show is doing this, not the book. So I need the show to explain to me in a show fashion what they're doing with certain things. Right. And they had the time. So it is just really hard for me to wrap my mind around, like, this guy is this big, huge mythical creature that everybody has to be scared of. He's the biggest problem. They have all the troops in the world, right? Like, this is the big existential crisis. And then not really, he's just death. He's a villain just to be a villain, and he just kills people just to kill people. But also, everything had to line up perfect for him to do it. Then you don't really need to kill Bran, but yes, you do, because he marked him. Like, you have to answer some of that then. Yeah. You don't just get to say, the Night King is dead.
I have one quick question. If the Children of the Forest did not create the Night King, will we allow the mystery and the evil force?
I will not allow the mystery when you have given me too many peeks inside of something that's supposed to be explored.
That's literally the same thing. No, I'll answer your question directly.
Okay.
I answered it directly because Morgan definitely answered it. So you're saying without us being given that, will we have a problem? No, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
But that's the point. You've given us too much. You've given us too much smarts about this guy.
But then why don't you want to know more about the Children of the Forest then? I do. I'm playing advocate to the end, but we're allowed.
I do.
They're dead. We don't care now. They're not giving us any more answers.
I do care if it matters to the rest of the story.
Right.
And I think that it does. And I think that there's too many things for you to tie up that in real life could have been tied up in that episode.
Right.
That for it not to have been. And for me to jump ahead, I'm not going to say they're not going to do it. Hopefully they explain it in the next episode. I said to Am, maybe Bran gives us 5 words that explains everything, right? Like, as the pet rock does.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Like, that's annoying me.
It is. And the only thing that would make it okay is that they actually even addressed it. If they don't address it, I'm going to be upset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't give that much and that many peeks inside and make it like this is definitely something that you need to be paying attention to for it to just be a diversion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, all of
it's
that
the Mandarin all over
fucking
again.
Fake, just to be like, psych, I'm a villain just to be a villain and I like to kill. That's whack. I don't ever like a villain that just wants death and destruction. Like, give me a reason.
Right.
And Game of Thrones gave me 7 seasons of reasons and then killed him and was like, talk to y'all later. Everybody champion Arya real quick.
Yeah, it stole from Arya's moment for me. It did. I can't even celebrate.
Really?
It's harder for me to celebrate her pulling that off because of not having the proper closure on that character. Honestly, like, because now he's anything. He literally is anybody. Like, yeah, like, you killed him off without giving me who he's anybody. Like, yeah, it's whatever. No biggie. The whole thing's over. Cool. Cersei, let's go deal with that now. Yeah, like, for real.
All right. But no, I mean, we're way down the rabbit hole, so I think we have to agree to disagree.
We really went hard on the bitch Pycelle.
Pycelle does that. Pycelle brings that out of you.
Yeah. Now that's somebody I would love to be resurrected and stabbed the fuck up again.
And re-killed.
I would have no problem. All right, so here's a quick question, y'all. Should the Night King have scrapped the brand thing and double back and went after Cersei and all that? Or did he really show that Iron Throne ain't shit? Because he don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck about the Iron Throne, and he never did.
No, he don't.
Right.
Really don't.
I don't think that was ever his point.
No, but at one point in the show, I thought that might come into play.
Yeah, I definitely did too.
More magic into the throne, and magic, not just. Anyway, I'm good.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Robert Baratheon's hot pie. Who was just doing the most this episode? Who had the most to do and tried to do it all? Castro, you down there in the front with your hand up.
Me. Tyrion and Sansa were doing all of the nothing. So, when they got together,
nothing.
They had the dragon, the obsidian blades, that's what I'm using for this description, in their hands. He kisses her hand in a passionate, hey, we used to be something, right? And then they go out from hiding and do what exactly? Did I fall asleep? I didn't do anything. They didn't charge at anybody. They didn't kill any of the whites coming out the crypt. They didn't hurry anybody to a secret place they knew. They just kind of walked out there and saw Varys hiding. Please, anybody on the call, help me out. Was there something that I missed?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe this is the moment where it's like, it's implied, and they didn't have to show us that for us to know that Tyrion went and killed a bunch of whites real quick.
Shots fired.
You should see my face right now.
Yeah, I can feel it. Castro, I can't answer your question because I too wonder what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
I do have to say though,
did y'all think they were going to kill each other? Did you think they were going to kill themselves?
No.
I
definitely never thought that.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I never thought that.
I was going back to Cersei.
And the hand kiss. Oh God, the hand kiss wasn't passionate to me. The hand kiss was compassionate. Like that was. Shit, we're in this thing together. Yeah, we're in this together. I'm here. All right, let's get out and go kill a white. You know what I mean? Like that's what that was to me. I don't think that was passionate. I don't think that was rekindling. I don't think that was.
That I talked to about it were not the passion more, but the kiss. All of us thought they were going to kill themselves. Like,
oh wow! No, I thought that was him. I thought that was him kissing her, as in he's going to try to.
At the same time.
No, I thought that was him kissing her hand, as in, okay, I'm going to step out here and I may not see you again. I'm just like kissing her to say, I'm going to sacrifice. I have the dagger now.
Okay.
That's why I thought that was. And then he didn't do that.
When they looked at each other, let me break it down real quick for y'all. When they looked at each other and gazed, and then they had the knives in opposite hands, I thought they were going to synchronize cut their necks. Because it just seemed like that type of moment. That's
like
why I went
literally never once crossed my mind that either one of them, would kill themselves. We have seen Sansa in situations where you want to kill yourself,
right?
And
for watching,
she didn't even give that. She didn't even give right. She didn't even give that level of despair at that point.
Right.
Ain't no fucking way in this moment she's killing herself.
Nah.
Not in front of her people. Not right there. No, not that. Never once crossed my mind.
She ain't built like that.
And the same thing for Tyrion. Tyrion may be in his weakest moment mentally right now. But even then, I'm not like, oh, this is the moment. Nah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the crypts, the people crawling out of the crypts would be a lot more frightening and more daunting, but it wasn't.
It was too late in the game.
Yeah,
it was too late in the game. It didn't matter at that point. Yeah, it didn't matter at that point. Oh, okay, so there's more dead things coming at us? Neat.
Right.
Like, at that point, it was like, I literally said to Am, oh, great, so no head Ned's going to walk around now? Like, who cares at that point?
So,
why'd they even do it?
Okay, so that I'm 100% agree with you. I think the way they did it was the best way they could have done it. Because had they tried to make it anything bigger than that, and so, like, now we're supposed to recognize Kat because she has, like, a particular dress on. Like, had they tried to make it anything more than just, it would have been stupid. It would have been Scooby-Doo.
But also
stupid.
The rules. What do we say, more? The rules. So now these whites can break through stone, and dirt.
Right. But no problem.
They can't do it all the time. Like we said, the rules changed. So now they could bust through, but not, it just didn't work. But then but also they can run into the barricades with dragon glass and fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm with Am because I'm glad they did it to that minimal scale because I think making it bigger would have made it a spectacle.
Oh, it'd have been true.
I agree.
The way
I fully agree.
The way I envisioned it was more horror. The way Arya was running around, I would thought it would be more like that.
Mm-hmm.
They slowly reach into you and you recognize them, that type of shit. But they really didn't have that type of tapestry to play with. They didn't roll out that look at all. So I'm glad it just went away because that was like a big thing for me. But the fact that they didn't go full bore with it, I'm good.
So Castro, that's my thing. Like there was a lot of hype around the idea that the Crips people would come alive, right? And I'm all here for the theories becoming true, and I'm like that part was great, but it lost its level of significance when we've been watching 70 minutes of pouring skeletons all over this place.
Yeah.
Like now, I don't care. I simply don't care.
Yeah.
It's just more dead things. It doesn't even matter that it could have been your long lost auntie. Like none of it mattered anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Had it happened earlier in the episode, it would have been better. Say again?
Does this battle rank lower to y'all than other battles because of the way it was executed? Like when we list the battles, would this be like 3 or 4 for y'all? Like not in the top, even with the length and the one shot in the middle.
It's still in the top 2. It's still in the top 2.
More?
I think people would give it a higher ranking because the Night King died, and for me, no.
Like I feel like some people rank the battle at the wall low. Because of the resolution afterwards, but I think that's a high end battle.
I think Hard Home is the toughest for me. Hard Home and then Battle of the Bastards. Hard Home was it was horrifying. It was horrifying.
Yeah.
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 Blackwater was a rough one for me too, but I'm just saying like because of the execution of this battle, I think in the list of battles it won't rank favorably considering how they set it up with the 55-day night shoot. And the longest winning recorded film history. I can see where y'all point. I can see your points about it falling flat in terms of it's not even the best battle of the series.
No.
So I can give y'all that point. I'm still going to ride out Advocate to the end. But I knew this call would be like this from our text chain. So I'm good with it. Anybody else have a hot pie around here?
Yeah.
Well, mine is still Danny. And, although there was some moments. So Danny fucks up the plan. We've gone over that in length. She does great things while in the air with the low visibility and all of that. The smugness of her when she was like Dracarys and blew the fire for a full 45 seconds, and not only was the Night King completely fine and smiling at her, he almost showed teeth. His whole ice spear was at his feet was completely fucking fine. What?
What, the ice spear?
Yeah.
The spear was completely fine. He picked that shit up by his feet.
Magic.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm just saying, like, damn, like that was a mind blowing thing for me. Anyway, okay, this isn't Danny's fault, but the triumphant ass music that was playing when she abandoned the plan and just started firing just blowing fire everywhere, like that was a huge. I know it's on purpose, but that was just feeds into the fact that when given the opportunity to be arrogant, Danny is arrogant. Like you had you don't know what's going to happen here. You don't know that that's for sure going to kill him. Nobody knows that the only thing we know, and we think we know, if you kill him, the rest of them go. Right. That's the only thing. We don't know how you have to kill him, and she certainly does. You know what I mean? So for the super smugness and arrogance of being like, gotcha, bitch, and then having no backup plan to that whatsoever. John's down there looking like a whole asshole now. That was too much. And then she gets bucked off the Bronco and dropped into the middle of a fucking battle. Somehow, lucky enough to be next to Jorah.
Right.
I appreciate that she picked up a dragon blade and she was killing things too. I do see you, boo.
That was a little redemptive. That was redemptive for the episode.
It was redemptive.
Yeah. Be on the ground and fight.
But I think that the funny thing to me was I've heard multiple people say that's what you want a leader to do, and I'm like, yeah, but you also don't want your leader to abandon the plan, create some other shit that nobody else knows about. There's no way to communicate what the fuck is going on. Nobody that is following the plan has any fucking clue what's happening now. Like, there was a lot of leadership mishaps for that to be the one redemptive moment. That's not enough. So she's my hot pie.
Okay. My hot pie, and you guys are probably gonna already know where I'm going.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Samwell
Tarly. Castro, hear me out. Hear me out. I have spent the last season joining you guys in celebrating what Sam has become and how useful he is. No. The only times I regress is when we were doing the rewatch, and I was, those old things are coming back. But I'm enjoying Sam's development. The last episode when he was at the top of the wall, the top of the bannerment with John and old boy that he got killed this episode, Ed. Like he was making those points, and I was like, you know what? Hey, Sam's right, man. Listen, Sam's right. Sam got Ed killed. Sam went to the front. Let me finish. Sam went to the front line for what? A view? You can't even hold your family's fucking sword. Get your highly intelligent, so important wealth of knowledge ass into the fucking crypts and out of the way. Please, sir. Please. Because had you been down in the crypts with the dragon daggers, you might have been of some use. Instead of being up there on the front lines, getting people killed and being in the fucking way. Yeah, Sam doing the absolute most this episode. Completely. He pissed me off to no end this episode. Useless.
He killed a lot of whites.
Did he? He laid on one and kept stabbing the ones that were laying. He was laying.
Yeah, so that pile underneath him, you gotta get
that was all him? No.
That's his pile.
Okay, hold on. Let's just remember that armor is very heavy, and Sam is not a flexible man. Okay. Also, we discussed this. He may have a rotator cuff issue, and that's why he can't pick up that sword. We don't know what physical therapy could be happening.
I think that's very positive. That's a great point, Mark.
You know?
Oh my God.
You never know what's going on with someone else's body, and I don't think that we should in any way make him feel smaller for not being able to wield that sword.
Am I being an ableist? Is that what I'm doing?
What he did was one of the mightiest things you could do by giving that sword to another noble, honorable person who could, in fact, wield it.
Don't you yap, Castro. Don't you ad lib.
He actually died. He died.
Yeah. Wielding that sword.
Still alive.
And Sam's still alive.
Wait, when did Jorah drop the sword? Did he drop it at one point or he just clapped to his knees?
He collapsed.
No,
So
seriously,
the
he
he
roared.
just
picked
collapsed.
himself
So
up. He picked
picked
himself
himself up
up
the
with
sofa?
it, and then
Okay.
he was stabbed directly in the back by something that
Okay.
went straight through the armor.
He was wearing armor, but something stabbed him right through in the front too.
Went right
Hey,
through.
Yeah.
guys, do
Yeah.
you remember when Ed saved Sam, and then a white stabbed him right in Sam's face, so much so that Ed's blood ended up on Sam's face. It was horrific.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what
Here's
Sam
the
did?
thing.
Do it one second. Let's get to the end of the question. Do you remember what Sam did
there's a
when he watched the friend that he was responsible for's death happen in front of him? He turned and he fucking ran. Fuck Sam. Sam, God damn it, Sam, stay out of the fucking way.
Here's the okay.
Stay out of the fucking way.
I'm sorry. I gotta bring some reality back into this. We can take the rotator cuff stuff off the table, but in a world where a one-hand man, who the other hand is gold, so it's heavy as shit. In a world where he's hacking away and making it out,
Right?
It's not fair to think that a person who has never been a knight is fucking scared.
No. He's
Like it's not.
No.
It's weird that he's scared.
No. Wait.
friend's
Let me answer
face
that
is
question,
closed in
Castro.
front
Let
of
me
you.
answer that question,
You can
Castro.
run.
Him being scared is what par for the course. Sam's scared. Take your scary ass off the block and go sit on your grandma's porch. Get off the corner, fam. You're scared.
He's trying
Fuck
to
out
help,
of here.
man. He's trying to help.
And what did he have?
He
And
has
what
to
happened?
defend his son and his woman.
He
should have been in the crib defending them.
Thank
I agree.
you.
Sam
Thank
didn't have
you.
any business on the front line. Sam didn't need to be out there. Sam proved his point last episode by running the stats and giving the receipts of what he's done. That was enough. He could have left it there. Someone needed to talk to him the way they talked to Tyrion and told him, "You're too fucking valuable. Get your ass down there." That's what needed to happen.
Castro. Castro, 1 second. Castro, 1 second. He is the only living valuable Meister alive. The rest of them are trash. He's the only one alive of any value. He need to be on the front line. He need to be on the front line.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I have a point. A counterpoint. We seem to accept the Hound's fear and paralyzation more than we accept Sam's. And we've watched the Hound do this on numerous occasions.
No, when you say we, I accept Sam's fear. Yeah. I accept the Hound's fear.
Yeah.
I felt I wanted to hug Sandor so bad.
Yeah.
To get him out of that panic
you
attack.
You definitely did.
Like, I felt terrible for him.
Castro, you should have heard her. You should have heard her. You should have heard. She's like, "Oh my God." Oh, she was very concerned. She was very concerned.
I was. I love the Hound.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Sandor.
She's like, "Oh no, Sandor."
Yeah, but Castro, your point is made though. There is a leniency with him, and I think that leniency happens because he is a fighter.
He's got the numbers. He puts numbers on the board.
He's scared. He puts numbers on the board.
Right.
That's a good one. He's not scared of that fight the way that Sam is scared of the fight. He's scared of fire. And in that moment was like, "Oh, this shit's insurmountable. Why are we even doing it?"
What did he call him? He called him a whore or something.
He's scared of fire, but he also doesn't like the losing battles. When they're getting massacred,
right. It's like, I think this is why I relate and love him so much, because I'm literally the same. I'm like, okay, well, Castro, my notes, the wave of whites come, and I'm like, I'm out. This isn't.
This is pointless.
No, this is a not winnable battle, so I'm out. Like, I think that was my major problem, is that they kept giving us reasons why there was no way to win.
And then they'd win.
Then it's like my tension was broken. My shit was like, everybody dies. The only reason I didn't really think that is because it's the third episode. You know what I mean? Like that, no one should have made it out of that. No one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, we'll move forward. Oh, wait, did you give us your hot pie, Castro?
Yeah. Mine was Tyrion and Sansa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think Am didn't give us his. Am, you gave us yours?
No, he did.
Sam.
Samuel.
It was Sam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, moving on.
Hagar's slang editorial. Ambush, to the best of your memory. Quote 2 to 3 of the best lines of this episode, in your opinion.
Wow. I don't really have any best lines.
Only got one line.
I'll go if you can't.
I was gonna say the only thing I have that, I mean, the guy didn't talk. It was just seeing him smile. Seeing him smile
There you go.
in defiance was like, oh shit. oh word. Yeah, that would be it for me. That expression.
Taking a dragon fire shotgun to the chest.
Right. Ooh. Ooh. All the pellets. Ooh.
That's the worst. When you take that shot and they look down and look back at you, that's worse than punching somebody that don't work.
That's it.
Gun. His gun ain't working? Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Party done.
I have a couple.
Watch your big gun.
All
right, Mark.
Sticking with the pointy end, of course, because
nice.
Of course.
Good callback. Yeah.
When Sansa said to Tyrion, "You were the best of them all," which is the lowest bar ever, but it's so great.
I think I'm watching the episode again. She said that when they were in the crypt.
She hit him with the Drake.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I didn't get that part.
That was super cute.
But she had some weird ones of, her all.
Oh no. Well, that's my whole point.
Yeah,
that bar was really low. I mean, she had the worst companions ever. Mm-hmm. But giving Tyrion that, because he was so worried that she thought he was this creepy raper old man. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he always treated her the way that she should be treated, and respectfully, the way
Very true.
And she was significantly younger with Tyrion than Ramsay, right? Like, let's give some time in between. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so there's that part of it too. And he never breached. He never was weird with her. And she needed that. She needed someone not to abuse her. I'm not saying that he gets rewarded for not abusing her.
Yeah. But going against.
He did protect her. Yeah. Like
Joffrey and all that shit. Yeah.
Exactly. He was the exact opposite of everyone that had already wronged her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good for her to tell him that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then my other one is, I had already kind of said it, when the Hound is like, we can't fucking win this battle anyway.
Yo, what did he call him? What did he call him? It was hilarious. It wasn't a cocksucker. He called him something.
Probably a stupid cunt or something.
Yeah, it was. Yo, I was dying. I was like, okay, dude, we're all in the same mess right here. You don't have to name call. That was a bit much. Yo, I was dying. Oh, I was like, you fucking cunt. He called him something. It was like, whoa, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it definitely was like,
look, man, put him in a battle where it's 30 below. Put him in a battle on an island in the middle of the ocean. Just do not have any fire near my boy.
Right.
He can fight in any other situation. But also look at the situations. The fire be like all around him. Like, I can't knock him. Like, that's your fear to be on all sides.
Mm-hmm.
Every battle, there's fire everywhere. It's like, man, get out of here.
Yeah.
I got one. When Melisandre inspires our great one, Arya, and says, "What do we say to death?"
Ah.
That was it. It was sort of combo quote, because it's what Melisandre said first and what Arya said second. But that was
big.
A throwback to Syrio.
Yep.
The homie. All right, Castro, what would we not give to get our dire wolves back? Emotional high point, low point for you for this episode.
Low point was when Ed got killed saving Sam. So at this point in the series, we're so far along that I'm gonna have like emotional moments with characters that were with us for the duration. So anybody, it could have been Roz if she lived to be this long. You know what I mean? But like, damn, Ed was with us from episode 2. You know, at night, you know, he met up with John. He was John's friend for a long time, became Lord Commander, proxy by being there. So just seeing him die, that's when the deaths start getting real, when you start seeing long-time characters die, even if they're like B or C or tertiary characters. To see them go, it's like, oh man, they really, you know, they're really going. This series really wrapping up. So that was like my moment for the episode.
Ambush?
Oh, Little Bear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, wait, I have another one. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Casper.
No, it's cool. It's something I just actually thought about because I didn't mention it. When Melisandre lit up all the Iraqs that blades used by the Dothraki.
Yeah.
And I was hyped. That was an impressive scene. The CGI was impressive, but then to see them run out there and to see them lights go out like birthday candles.
Woo!
Bruh. That's when I was like, and it only took seconds. They weren't out there for 2 minutes.
Nope.
That was like seconds. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That was like bad. 5, 4, 3,
so
2, 1.
Yeah, this is bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah. So emotional low for me was definitely Low Bear. I wasn't ready. I just wasn't ready for her to go. I really wasn't. She's not a major character, but she's a fan favorite, and I'm a fan. I'm a true fan of her. I think she went out like a G, but man, yeah, didn't really. I probably would have liked to have seen more of her fighting before she was taken out like that. Like, give me some more of that type of fight. Let me see her in action, before she just gets walloped like that. Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, that was it. That was my emotional low. Of course, emotional high would be Arya's killing Stroke. Like, that was dope. We've seen her do that move before. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was amazing. That was amazing. I felt like she was going to be the one, and I've always felt like she's been the most skilled fighter at this point. You know, because she's so unpredictable, because people don't know what she's capable of pulling off. And she never really reveals it until she needs to. But yeah, that would be the emotional high and lows for me.
Yeah, you guys named most of my things. My high point definitely was all Arya. So the fight where she gets to use the weapon that Gendry made her was a high point for me because that shit was dope.
Yeah.
She took on a ton all by herself, and that particular weapon was just like, she's just unfuckwittable when she's in the mode. You know, like, what are you guys gonna do?
Right.
What is anyone gonna do that doesn't have anything close to her training?
Right.
And then of course the end shot of her killing him was just perfect. I did care that Theon died. I cared more than
oh yeah, another character. What crazy arc. What a crazy arc.
I cared more about Theon's death than anybody else's in this episode. I expected Theon to die. I expected Jorah to die. I expected Little Bear to die. Not in the way that Little Bear did die. I didn't
want that for her.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. But the way that I see her death is even bigger. Like, she took out one of the biggest forces of their army. So she died. They get the littlest person out of their army, and she gets the biggest. You know what I mean?
Was that giant recognizable to anybody? Was that homeboy?
No, they said it wasn't. Not 1-1. They said it wasn't 1-1. They clarified that.
Oh, it wasn't 1-1. Yeah. But what about?
It wasn't 1-1, but it was where 1-1 died.
Got you. Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, it was.
And he died with an arrow to the eye.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, but it wasn't him.
Okay. We thought about what if they brought, one. Well, they probably burned him. They know better.
They did burn him. Yeah, that was John burned him. So low emotional. The deaths I wasn't really that affected. I think it's probably because I was just like, I had too many annoyances happening at that point for me to be like, oh no, Jorah. Um, Jorah died the way that he wanted to.
Yeah.
That was the most honorable death he could ever have, and
Yeah.
so I was fine with it, and I wasn't sad. Not even as Dany cried over him, it didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
It was cute that the dragon came to console them all. So that was cute.
Mm-hmm.
Theon, though, like getting the "you're a good man" from Bran really made him okay. You know what I mean? Like made his okay. All right, then I can die being a noble, honorable person. Like and that was great. I didn't need the run into death, but that's fine. Whatever works. Yeah, I think that's it. That's enough. You guys said the rest of mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jorah went out like a G. He went like a capital G. Like when I thought he was done and he stood himself back up to catch that last blow, I was like, where is he even getting the strength to do this? Like, because him and you know what, Barrack was a tough one too. He made sacrifice after sacrifice for Arya in those hallways. He put his arms across the walkway to give them time to run while he was getting stabbed up. Like, dude was amazing. He also went out like a G. Yeah. Major props.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Y'all posted that, Raven? Castro, do you have any short-term predictions and theories on what's to come in this episode?
Time to get that bitch. Now it's time. All right. I'm very happy that we did this in the middle of the season so I can get my White Walker Eternal Light Dark battle and still get this Cersei thing. But the forces must be decimated. I need a head count. And also my other prediction is I think 1 of 3 people will kill Cersei.
Which 3?
It'll either be Tyrion, Jaime, or Arya. One of those 3. Poetically, I think it would be more Jaime and Tyrion. And then remember, we have the wild card of Ghost doing it. Right. So, but somebody got to like dramatic tones, organ notes, and she get her neck snapped or some shit, or gutted. I don't care.
Wow. Okay.
Or maybe they could trick the mountain into ripping her apart. Something like that.
Okay. Ambush?
I did for a while think that Arya was going to take out Cersei, but I think it does serve the story better that it be either Jaime or Tyrion. I don't think that Jon will end up on the throne. I think he'll end up dying too. That's pretty much it.
You think Jon's gonna die?
Yeah, I think Jon's gonna die.
Doing what?
I think he's gonna die as a result of a bad decision, like Ned did. I think something's gonna happen at King's Landing, and he's gonna make a bad decision.
Well, when they gonna reveal that he's a closet T?
I think we got to see how that discussion. It looks like from the next episode, like Dany is still wielding power, so I'm not sure how that's playing out. But there's no way that Sansa would have that knowledge and be cool following behind Dany. She's gonna ride for her brother. Like, hold up, slow up. Let's pull this all back real quick. So I'm curious as to how they're gonna work that, because to me these are 2 conflicts between Jon and Dany, and then between everyone and Cersei. So
right,
yeah, because Dany's not letting shit go. She's not. She just isn't. He just isn't. I don't see it. What you got, MJ?
I don't have anything.
No predictions?
No. I just want Cersei to die. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, we all do.
We all do.
We gotta get do we even care about Clegane Bowl?
I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're seeing Sandor not care about this and not have that hatred like he did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think he might have a moment and step off? Like and not
I just don't think he's even gonna. I think he's gonna be like this motherfucker.
Yeah,
go ahead somewhere.
Fuck it. Yeah.
I just don't think that he's harboring anything towards him anymore. Like,
true. He knows it's not even
I
him in there
I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, like I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm not holding out hope for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I don't know who's gonna kill Cersei. I do think it's one of the three people that you named.
Cool.
And for all different reasons, it'd be great if any one of them did it for me.
Yeah.
I could see the repetitive nature. If Arya's the one who does it, then she's just the one who does everything great. You know, like I could see that not be a great thing. So, and they've just given us so much setup for Tyrion or Jaime to be her demise. Mm-hmm. So I don't really care who does it. I just want her dead. I think I'd be fine if it was just like Cersei's dead now. But I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be okay with that, you know? Yeah, that's all I got for now.
All right. Craster's
however you want it.
No, wait.
However you need it.
Craster's Airbnb.
However you want it. However you need it. However you want. Craster's Airbnb.
Yes.
That's kind of moot because we was all in one spot this episode. That's what I thought. I thought it was M/A because we were at Winterfell the whole time.
I was going to say the library for me. That was my favorite scene and location.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a great scene and location.
Yeah, I love that. I love that scene. I could watch that over and over.
But that was the only different location. Mm-hmm. Everything was either outside or inside. Mm-hmm. So that's why I didn't really. But yeah, I'll go with that. Mm-hmm. The library scene was really good. There's only 3 episodes left.
There it is.
There's literally only 3. So.
Thanks for listening.
Whew.
The podcast has no name. And soon we ain't going to have no damn show.
Oh, my God.
Not true, Casper. Look at all the other shows and movies we review.
And the prequels coming up in 2021.
Yeah, we'll be around.
We'll be around, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right. Get your Game of Thrones Oreos for the next episode. We'll holla.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
Excellent. You're still here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. If this is your first time checking us out, please subscribe. We are available on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Podcast Has No Name. Deuces.
Subscribe, please. Click and comment.